This little tutorial I'm going to just show you how the create bounding polygon tool works. You don't have to actually be in a loaded project for it to work. You can just go to the data preparation menu and use it at any time. When we click on create bounding polygon, what it will do is if there is nothing in the table of contents that's an appropriate input, it won't populate this pull down. If there are appropriate inputs, it will populate that pull down. And then if we go and browse and find, in this case, a shapefile, it adds it to the display. And here's sort of a typical topographic survey along a river. And what we can do is specify where we want to save this. So I'll just call this a bpoly example, and in this example I will use the default 10 meter aggregation distance. And what that basically does is it determines how tightly it's going to connect the dots around these. We'll illustrate a couple different aggregation distances so you can get a feel for the influence of that parameter on this. So I hit OK, and sometimes this takes a while. Best thing is to be patient. So here it's gone ahead and created a bounding polygon successfully. And a couple of things to note. If I peek into the results window, I can see actually what it was doing in the background here. It looks like it was using copy features and aggregate points, where some of the commands it was using in the background. And I can also get a sense, I might change the display here so we can see a little bit more clearly. You can get a sense as to how it connected those dots, and notice here that it didn't connect across here. And so if I want to go back in and rerun that tool, now notice this is populated with the point file that's here. And let's just up that aggregation distance to something like 20. And this time let's call that bpoly example 20 meters. Hit OK. And so if I compare these two, it's easier if I put this one on top. I can see the green areas where just increasing that aggregation distance to 20 meters, how it's generalized by connecting the dots in a broader fashion. If I want to, I could run that again for going lower to try and connect it even tighter. So it would maybe draw a line right around those, for example. But hopefully you get the idea. And so it is interesting to note that this is capable of handling islands if you specify that aggregation distance correctly. And of course these are just polygons, and so if there's anything about them that you don't like, you can just simply go in and start an edit session. And you could highlight those polygons and edit the vertices and stretch things to make them however you wanted, for example. So that's all there is to it, and we'll leave you with that.